Morning guys, Friday the 12th of June. Actually it's significantly warmer this morning compared to a lot of the other mornings, so even though it's quite grey, definitely warmer. So what can I say? Yesterday I presented and hosted with two other lovely coaches the event creating an introduction to creating courageous coaching conversations. Oh yeah. You think you got everything prepared, and that's the thing, you can only prepare to such an extent, but I'd kept my day fairly free. That was the right thing to do. Kept myself in a good headspace. Knew that's what I needed. I'd through my stuff a few times, rehearsed a few things in my head. Then, just before the event, noticed a little bit of internal anxiety and just noticed it, breathe through. And then when just before then, I found what I call these bio-stress dots, which I haven't used for a long time. I tend to use them on the anger management course, and they basically monitor your internal, if you like, anxiety and stress, but through your temperature. And they're very visual things as well, so they change colour accordingly. So they really are a good measure, and it does really work. I noticed that I was watching the colour changing as I was doing my deep breathing, and it definitely helped. So that was great. And then we came to the event itself. Went well. And I did my introduction, and then started to went in to show my slide, and bear in mind I have showed my slides on Zoom before, so I pretty much now think I understand how to do it, and I have done it before. And for lots of reasons it wouldn't let me. He kept bringing up these boxes, function, this, that and the other, which to be frank had never come up before. And I tried switching different things and it just was having none of it. And so I was being watched, experiencing this by about 50 odd people. And it was challenging. I felt quite, started to feel the emotion rise. I felt quite vulnerable. Trying to breathe through, dig deep, as I was sharing these things. Yeah. And what really sort of struck me was that, if you'd said to me, oh, did I wish it didn't happen on one level? Yeah, I do. But the irony of it was I became very aware that the very thing I'm sort of talking about and linking it to, courage and coaching and vulnerability in ourselves, and our clients, showing emotion and so forth, is the very thing I was now literally demonstrating in action. And it was challenging, and I've really thought about it, and it's like, well, I can't change that. There's a part of me that thinks, well, it's sort of that was meant to happen. It happened. It's almost like, well, if it can't happen on the very theme I'm talking about, when can it not? But actually, what I also recognised was that I think because of the space I'd put myself in, the prep beforehand and the breathing through and the calming myself, and I felt in a relatively good place before it. I sort of think that would have stood me in good stead. So, I don't know, say a year or even a couple of years ago, I think if the same thing had happened, I'm not sure I'd have been able to have, dug deep, breathed through it, worked through it and carried on doing the whole presentation in the manner that I did. And also see it for what it is, rather than perhaps beating myself up over the head a little bit. So from that perspective, I recognise that actually, I have, because I've come quite a long way in that respect, that the prep and the space I created for myself beforehand, and also the whole notion of accepting myself, and accepting, all aspects of the process and what happened and who I am and how I was all part of that process. So yeah, I'm still processing, I think, anyway. Bear in mind, delivered the event last night. So yeah, I'm still aware that I'm processing my thoughts, but lots of learning from it. Some great interactions and conversations, that came up from the actual content itself. But I think at the moment I'm more aware of my internal process, which is an important part of it because of the theme of the subject of what I was exploring, and obviously my own experience of what happened. So I think once we get the recording sent, be able to sort of then, give more time and thought to the content itself. Do you know what I mean? The conversations, the discussions that came from it. The great thing was it really engaged so many people, and everyone was saying, well, not everyone actually isn't the right thing to say, but a lot of people were really interested in, when we're going to do more of. And so, the great thing about that is the scope for actually being able to do a face-to-face event, which is what we were going to do originally, really has a lot of potential. So guys, have the rest of a lovely fruity, freaky, funky Friday, and speak to you later. Bye.